Hello everybody, in today's video I'm talking about the top 12 hazards of working out when you're over 55. Now I know your doctor always advises you to continue to exercise even though you're in your golden years, but sometimes there could be some hazards that go along with that, and here's my list of a light-hearted take on some of the funny things that could happen when you're at the gym or doing a workout when you're over 55 years old. My name is Dawn Dickinson and the channel is Living Your Best Life Over 55, and let's get straight into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is some of the classes that you might take at the gym. Now I do belong to a gym called the Sedona Athletic Club, which is actually the Hilton Resort very close to where I live. It is a resort where you have a lot of older people that live in this town, and so a lot of the older people have gym memberships, but it's also open to the hotel guests at the Hilton, so sometimes you have a little bit of a mix of people in the classes. The first class I'm going to talk about is the circuit class, where in the weight room the instructor will set up these stations, and some of them will be the machines and some of them will be these torturous little rubber band things. But the very first thing that sometimes happens is the equipment confusion, when you accidentally have been shown to use this machine first and you use the leg press machine for your arm workout because you do it all wrong. Oops, that's pretty embarrassing when that happens. The second thing that sometimes happens also in the circuit type class is when the beginning of the class the instructor gives you a demonstration or a lecture on each one of the stations, and you have forgotten in about 5 minutes the station that you're going to, what the exercise is supposed to be. So that is also a little bit of embarrassing. Now this third one I'm going to call weight shaming, but it's not exactly from getting on the scale and somebody saying that you need to lose 5 or 10 or 15 pounds. This type of weight shaming comes from the other old ladies in the class, or sometimes the instructor, when you get on your weight machine and they look at you and they're like, "You're younger than I am, you can do much more weight than that." Or you get at the barbell and she's like, "Oh no, that barbell isn't enough for you." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm new at this class and I'm just trying to figure out what the exercise is. I don't need a drill sergeant telling me how much weight I need to put on the machine." In fact, sometimes I have gotten to the weight machine and I've gone to do the little pull, and I'm on the very minimum weight that is allowed on the machine, and I can't even get the first repetition in because it's too heavy. So the weight shaming at the gym, that's pretty embarrassing, and if you are a member of the gym, I recommend you not weight shame the other people that are in the class with you. Now, here's another thing. It's the help! I purposely lay down on this yoga mat and I can't get up. Sometimes you're doing the yoga and you're at the end and they have you do your final resting pose and it's time to get up and it's like, whoa, I think I'm stuck here. So that can be another embarrassing and somewhat hazardous thing to happen when you are doing an exercise routine over 55. Now, this next one is number 5 on my list. This just happened to me last night. So my friend and I met at the gym. We did the weight room circuit, and then afterwards, the nice thing about the Hilton is they have this beautiful ladies locker room with a jacuzzi and a sauna, and then the shower. So we had done our workout and decided we were going to go into the jacuzzi and then we're going to shower and leave. So I am done with the workout. I'm thinking in the jacuzzi I don't need my glasses. I put my glasses, my clothes, my shoes, my purse, my phone, everything inside the locker, and I scramble it. And then I go in the nice relaxing jacuzzi for about 15 minutes. My friend is done showering faster than me, so she leaves. I take a shower and I come out. And all I had with me that I had taken out of the locker room were a pair of underwear and the towel. And I cannot open the locker. I know it's because either I didn't have the glasses on, so when I scrambled the combination, I didn't have it set to my normal, or I couldn't see to unscramble the locker. But here it is. It's about 6 in the evening. All I'm wearing is my granny panties and I'm wrapped in a towel. I couldn't even brush my hair because it's all in the locker and I am locked out of my locker. So now I have to go in my granny panties and the towel and I have to walk out of the locker room. I have to walk past the weight room. I have to walk past the hotel gift shop. I have to walk to the front area, and of course the front desk woman is now having a flirt-a-thon with some of the male customers, and she's not even looking at me standing here wrapped in a towel naked, and I have to go back to the gift shop and say, please, I locked my clothes and everything, my glasses in the locker, please come get it out. So that is extremely embarrassing. If you have a glasses mishap and a locker lockout at the gym, that's just one piece of advice. Even though you're not going to need your glasses in the shower or in the jacuzzi, I recommend that you don't put them in the locker and lock it up if you have a combination. So, whatever number we're on, is the random creaks and pops when you're doing your exercises. Sometimes you go to the yoga and you start with this nice neck. Oh, you know, get your neck going. And when I first started this, if I would just do this thing with my neck, you'd hear, you know, you're thinking, oh my gosh, call the chiropractor, get the stretcher, because you think you've dislocated your neck or your shoulder or anything that you're hearing when you randomly first start an exercise program. So that is the next item on my list. Balance battles. So this, sometimes I know one of my biggest issues is with balance. That's always been the case, not just since I got old, but beforehand. You go to the yoga class and they're doing these tree poses when they got their leg up and they're balancing, and I'm like trying not to fall over. And then sometimes you're doing the plank and they're going a one-handed plank, and then just trying to balance when your plank becomes a pancake because you've fallen down. That is another hazard of the over 55 workout. Now, another thing on the list is falling asleep when you're on the yoga and you're just finishing up doing your last few minutes of meditation. It's so easy to go and doze off right at the end of the workout. So something to be careful of is the falling asleep on the mat. So the next thing is when you are doing squats. Squats is probably one of my most it's not actually, that plank is the most hated exercise, but squats, you're doing a bunch of them. You squat so deep that you actually fall down and it becomes a sit. So squat turning into a sit. Yeah, that's another one. Now, here, this is probably number 10 or 11, is the water bottle fail. So you're working out and they're like, okay, take a break, get a glass of water. You're still breathing kind of heavy. You take a sip out of your water bottle and you're breathing so heavy that you actually choke. And now you're coughing, making a scene at the gym because you can't seem to handle the multitasking of breathing and taking a drink from your water bottle at the same time. So now one of the last hazards of working at the gym is when you're sitting there and you're doing these curls and you actually look up in the mirror and you're thinking, who is that old lady over there across the room? And you're like, oh, that's me. So the mirror mix-up is another hazard. Now the last one is to don't trip over the dog. Sometimes I like to do YouTube and I'm doing a little Tai Chi or a yoga class on a YouTube channel, and my dogs think it's great to become involved in the exercise itself, but when they get too close to you and you're doing another step, bam, it's easy to trip over Fido, so be careful not to do that. And of course, the final one is just so sore the day after the workout. You're discovering muscles that you didn't even know you had because of the sore spots and places that you didn't even know could hurt. So remember that all of it is in good fun. It's important to stay active at any age, but very important if you're over 55. But again, safety first. We have to be extra safe to not injure ourselves doing our 55 plus workout. So that's it. My name's Dawn Dickinson. If you enjoyed the video, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I do videos when I get inspiration that will help people in our age group, that is the baby boomers and the Gen Xers. I'm like on the cusp right in between. So hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you back here on my channel next time.